This is a Kwikset lock. It brings two keys, and obviously the inside lock. It has the handles. So anyways, I got this one for specifically to install in the front door. Now, well, let's take a look at this. So this is bump proof, and it's pick resistant. But the main thing too that is very cool about this is that you can tell it has smart key security, and which means that you can actually rekey the actual lock without having to adjust anything. All you have to do is put a new key in and then kind of like reprogram it. I'm gonna make a video on that, on how to do that. But in the meantime, I'm just gonna show you how to install this on a door. And I'm also going to show you this lock specifically. You can actually adjust the handle, so that either if you want to open it from the left or from the right, you can do that. So I'm going to show you that next. Alright, so I'm going to show you that in another video on how to actually change that handle. But for now, all we're doing is just installing this lock. So to do that, let's open up this box. When you open it, this is everything you need in here. So this box you don't really need right now. So we take that, we're going to open this. Once we open it, we're going to have the keys in here, plus some of the accessories that we can put. You can actually change this if you want. I might change it just because I want everything to be uniform, the colors and everything. So I'm going to work on this later. I recommend you change it since this is a new one. Obviously, you don't want to use the old one. And sometimes the old one have different shape on it, so I'm going to reuse this and that. And also, don't forget this. You really need. So this is to actually remove the handle from here. So if you want to remove it, there's a small hole right here. And in that little hole, you're going to put this in, and you're going to turn it counterclockwise, and it's going to push that in, and then the handle will come off. And to make the handle stay, you got to turn this clockwise. So we're going to work on that. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to assume this is actually the front door, and then you actually have to open the door this way. So basically, to do that, assume that this is the outside of the house, and that's the inside of the house. So what we're going to do is I'm going to remove this handle from here, and this one is a little bit tricky, but all you gotta do is make sure you remove the old one. And to remove the old one in this case, I'm just gonna remove this screw. So we're gonna do that. It's a little bit tough at this doing this at this angle, but the idea is you remove this screw and you remove the other screw behind it. You're gonna remove those two screws, and I'll come back right after that. I don't want to waste any time on this. Okay, so again, this is consider the outside. This is the inside of the house basically, and this is where the lock is gonna be. So what I'm doing is I'm basically removing the screws. I just removed the second screw. The first screw on the other side, which is this one, I also removed. So I'm gonna put this aside. And next, to remove this, now we gotta pull this handle out. And then you pull this other handle out. Now sometimes it gets stuck in here, as you can tell, it doesn't want to come out. It's pretty easy. All you gotta do is with your finger, you push this in, and boom, now this is out. Now this I usually like to keep them together, so that way I don't kind of like lose the parts that go together. So I just put them right into each other, and I just put it aside. So the next thing you want to do is you got to remove this part. Usually, if this is one of your main doors, you just got to push it out from in here. So you go right from in here, and you're going to put your finger there and kind of like try to push it out as this comes out. And I usually like to use a screwdriver to kind of like try to help it come out of here. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to wiggle it out of there. Let's see, hopefully it doesn't take too long. There are others that when you push, it comes out easily. So, what I'm gonna do is, since it's a little bit difficult to pull this out, especially because of the design of this, put my screwdriver behind it because I'm gonna replace it anyways. And you push it out with the screwdriver, and there you go, comes out. So here's a piece. This is a piece that I removed, and now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna replace it. So to do that, I'm gonna use the one that came in the box. So the one that came in this box is this one right here. So what you want is, if the door opens this way, that way, which this one does, what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this piece just like that. What it's doing is, it's basically gonna basically go right against the door. So if anybody tries to open it this way, then it gets stuck right on the door, in the hole in the door. So then next we're gonna have to put 2 screws here. As you can tell, this is a different design than the one that I installed, the one that I had before. The other one didn't have screws, you just push it in. Well, this one has screws, so we're gonna have to put two screws here. And the good thing is that our kit comes with those 2 screws. By the way, just in case, this piece actually comes in the kit too, and it's the same piece that I had before, just to fit it. So you basically fit it right in here with this. So you got to remove this piece out of the actual mechanism, and then just install that one. But I'm not doing that obviously because from my outside door I actually need this one, and the video is basically about how to install that specifically. So I'm not going to put the screws there because this is just for demonstration purposes. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go ahead and install the handles. And just in case, when you're installing the screws, make sure you pre-drill those holes. You don't want to just put a screw in there because it might crack the wood or whatever material the door is made out of. Alright, so this is the handle, and the way we're going to do it is the handle is going to go like this. Clearly this side is going to go to the inside of the house, right here. That side to the inside of the house, and this side to the outside because it has a lock on it. So what we're going to do is we're going to basically install it like this. So we're going to go around, and in here you're going to see a hole, and this is how the hole looks. So when you take the handle and you put it on the other side, you see it has to fit right on that hole. And the way it needs to go is basically like that, but it's obviously not going to. Alright, so all you gotta do is now just push with your hands. You gotta push this handle, this part right here, push it in, and then this will go, and then this part right here is gonna go right in. But you actually have to push that in order to be able to get this in here. Well, now that we have that, next is we're gonna work on putting the other side over here. Alright, so now as you can tell, the 2 holes for the screws actually went right through, so that's what you want. So then what you want to do next is you want to take this piece and you want to put it right in, but you got to make sure you match those screws, the screw holes. So I know that one of them is on the right, the other one on the left, so I'm going to try to put it right just like that. And sometimes when you're doing it, you'll notice that it probably won't go in. So just take it and turn it 180 degrees and try that. Now let's see. Turn it again 180 to fit right in. There you go. So now you have it lined up, and if you look through here, you should see the hole for the screws where they're gonna go. And I'm gonna take 2 screws, and I'm gonna put one through here until it grabs on, and it's grabbing onto the plate where it needs to go. And I take the second one and do the same thing. So I'm gonna screw this one in too. Now to expedite the process, I don't want to just spend the whole time doing this, so I'm gonna go ahead and use a drill for this. Alright, so now I'm gonna use a drill just to tie in this. Now obviously you can use a screwdriver just to do this, But you want to use a screwdriver just tying that at the end. I'm just doing it to screw it in. So after that, just take a screwdriver, make sure that it's just tight enough. Don't do it like very tight, but just do it enough so that when you feel the resistance at the end, like right there, just do like a quarter turn and you're good. That's all you got to do. Just turn it until it gives you resistance, and you turn it a quarter turn. It should be tight enough. Don't over tighten that. So next, now that we put that, now the next thing is put the handle. So this handle goes like this, and you can tell because there's a hole here, and that hole matches with a screw that is on this side. Alright, so now this is the screw hole that we're talking about here, and you're gonna use this tool, which is an Allen wrench. It comes with a kit. All you have to do is use that to basically lock in the handle. So obviously we got to cover this because we need a cover for that, and it comes with a kit. So we take that cover, and what I do is this little area, this little dent, I match it with this hole here. So I go like this, push it in, boom, it's clipped in. So now we have the cover for it. All we got to do is take the handle now and push the handle right in. Boom. And now we got to do is go clockwise here. So there we go. So go clockwise, and this will lock the handle in so the handle doesn't come out. See, it's stuck in there. It's done. So now this handle is in. Now you can open and close. You can lock it. See, it's locked. You can unlock it, and there it is. And then what you're gonna do is so everything is already said. This was supposed to have 2 screws if you're actually installing on the correct door. And now you can tell that this locks, I mean this opens. And the other thing is, here you go, these are the keys that come with it. So what we do is, you can use them to lock it. See, now it's locked. And that's it. And then you remove the key, obviously, after you do that. If you want to unlock it, turn it the other way. And your handle is, it works just fine. So now, we install the handle. The next thing is you want to install the piece that goes right against the wall. If you want to change the old one, if you don't want to change it, you can just keep it there. Just keep using it. Just open and close the door the way you want it. But for this, it's pretty easy. It just has 2 screws on it. So next, for this right here, all we got to do is remove those 2 screws and install this right on it, and you're done. Now I'm not gonna install this because this was a mock video. This is just to show you how to install the handles, and this obviously this comes with a kit. So all you have to do is just remove those 2 screws and put them right through this hole and put it right where the old screws were, and you're done. So but if you what I'm gonna do is later on I'm gonna make videos on how to change the handles on the door. So for instance, the handles on this door, let me see. The handles on this door, they're basically on the right hand side of the door, and that's because you don't want to slam your fingers against the frame of the door right here. So what we want is, if you have a door that opens on the other side and you want this handles over the other way, then I'm going to show you how to switch that around in a different video. I hope you learned something from this. If you did, thumbs up. Take care. Good day.